You know how I became king? I killed my brother.
I am thy father! Revenge my foul and most unnatural murder!
Hamlet is insane. That boy's out of control.
Oh, Hamlet, you're mad? For this is the very ecstasy of love.
Oh yeah, and I married his mom.
Dad should have been in power, but then my uncle planned to murder like a coward with poison in his hand. My mama is in mourning, but I couldn't stop if I had the chance. Now my mama's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into the dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world.
We have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may hear affront Ophelia.
A most clever plan, my king.
Rosencrantz, Guildenstern! Good gentlemen, give Hamlet a further edge, and drive his purpose into these delights.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book. That show of such an exercise may color your loneliness, we oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proved that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true. How smart a lash that speech doth give my conscience. The harlot's cheek, beautied with plastering art, is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than is my deed to my most painted word. Oh, heavy burden.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord. Yeah.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and momentum. With this regard, their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have a remembrance of yours that I have long to deliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words so sweet breath composed, as make the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again for too noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to abide, than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the times give it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should fellows such as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery.
Stop, what are you doing?
Where's your father? I'm being watched.
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play fool nowhere but in's own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him! You sweet heavens!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Go, farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery. Go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings too. Well enough, God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to. I'll no more on it. It hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, and I, of ladies most deject and wretched, that suck the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells, jangled out of tune and heart, the unmatched form, features are blown, you have blast with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to see what I have seen. See what I see.
Love? His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, over which his melancholy sits on bread, and I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which, for to prevent, I have a quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England. For the demand of our neglected tribute, haply the seas and countries different, with variable objects shall expel. This something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating, puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on it?
It shall do well, but yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. Hold now, Ophelia. You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But first, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him, and I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
Of course. It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not go unwatched.
Help! Help!
Did I do that?